BeyondDrewTV here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode here of Pirate Bay Resort. So thanks so much to everyone for viewing the first episode and commenting all of your wonderful ideas for future rides and themes and lands and all that kind of fun stuff. Just shows how much everyone really loves the pirate theme when it comes to theme parks, right? It kind of feels like one of those pivotal themes that kind of should be in every single theme park, even if it's not like a full-on theme park. Even cheap little amusement parks seem to always fit in kind of like a pirate type theme. So yeah, no, really fun to hear all of your fun ideas and keep them coming, because I'm making a nice little list of all your fun ideas for rides, lands, and attractions and all that kind of fun stuff there. So but yeah, as we're continuing on here into episode 2, pretty much picking up right where we left off with episode 1, where we are continuing building out Driftwood Bay here. So yeah, if you missed the first episode, Driftwood Bay is our big entrance area, and we are going for the theme of essentially this bay is where a bunch of shipwrecked pirate ships essentially crashed out, and yeah, all of the pirates that landed here kind of used all of the old like driftwood and pirate ship material to kind of build out a little town here in the beginning area of the park called Driftwood Bay. So yeah, continuing with the kind of custom type build, I'm having a lot of fun using just these what are they called, I think it's just planks, or it's resort wall. There it is, resort wall decoration. It doesn't even look like it's supposed to be called that, but that's what they went with. But yeah, we're not using a lot of grid pieces with this build, and that's going to hopefully be a continuation as I kind of finish out Driftwood Bay in the next episode or 2. But yeah, just kind of having like this slapped together look with all of these builds, where yeah, there's a structure there, but it kind of looks like it's either A, made out of like toothpicks, or B, if you were to go it would basically fall right over. And I think that's the kind of perfect kind of look that we are going for with this today. So yeah, like I said, we are building out some more of Driftwood Bay. A lot of these buildings that we're building today won't be usable by guests, but I do need to start to use some more of the in-game facilities, because I did forget that for this project I have turned on in the sandbox settings. This is a sandbox project, excuse me, but I did turn on some of the I think it's the food and drink necessities for the guests, just turn them way down. But yeah, I wanted to kind of be able to actually build usable and working like restaurants or quick service type buildings, so that the guests kind of interact with the buildings just a little bit more, because yeah, I really love to see the guests actually kind of using what you build, right? So yeah, this first building here that we're doing, the bright red building, I believe this is going to be oh, I'm trying to remember, this was a few days ago. It's either a restaurant or a gift shop. Not many more choices than that in the theme park, right? So but yeah, I really like how this red building turned out, and yeah, it's really all about the clutter. You kind of get a basic structure going, and then yeah, it's starting to add all the ropes, the barrels, the crates, ladders, you kind of name it, all these shipwreck pieces. Again, these shipwreck pieces are kind of the core aspect of this Driftwood Bay, is that yeah, we have this semi nice looking structure, but then we kind of start throwing all these shipwreck pieces all over it and everything. So but yeah, so that is the first part of the episode today, where we're building out, like I said, I think we do 2 overall buildings, and then start to kind of go crazy with the coaster construction. So yeah, no, I had a ton of fun building what you all saw in the thumbnail. And yeah, I mentioned it last episode, where I mentioned the skull with a ride going out of the eye socket of the skull, and I think I mentioned I wanted it to be a slide. Basically, that was my envision last time. But it's a funny thing how inspiration works, and basically as I was getting ready to move on from this build right here of Driftwood, I was just kind of like, I don't really know what else to do right here, and I really want to build a coaster, and I have this idea with the skull and you know, going through the eye socket, and I was like, you know what, let's just combine the two. So I scrapped the water slide aspect of it, and we're gonna go for a dive coaster today. And I haven't really built many of these. I think I built one in Planet Coaster 1 for Coal Creek Park, my old park series there. But I love these coasters in real life. I've only been on one of them. I'm trying to think back real quick. But yep, only been on one of them before, and that is Valraven at Cedar Point. And they're not like the most intense things, the most like airtime or anything like that. But that first element, if you're not familiar, the dive coaster, the big selling point is one that it goes straight down, usually like 90 degrees straight down, or pretty dang near close to straight down. And two, it has a holding brake when you get to the top of it, where it basically holds you in place as you are looking straight down the first drop. And I love that element so much. It builds up so much excitement as you're just kind of hanging there like, oh man, when is it going to drop? When is it going to drop? It has that kind of same feeling of when you're on one of the drop towers that kind of slowly bring you up and you're not sure when it's going to release. So, but yeah, anyways, that's what we're going to be doing in the second half of the episode is, starting off with the dive coaster. We don't fully finish it in this episode here today, but that's for reasons that basically this coaster envelops a huge area of the entrance plaza, essentially. So there's a few areas where I want to wait and see what we're going to do with the theme, because again, harking back to a lot of you folks with all of your great ideas for themes, this coaster, again, it kind of traverses out just a little bit behind Driftwood Bay into what could become new areas or new themes and stuff like that. I think it would be kind of cool if this coaster essentially went through several themes and was themed to the area that it was going through. I'm going to keep referring to the movie Hook. So if you're not familiar with the movie Hook, you need to go watch it, because I'm going to keep referring to it. Go watch it. But anyways, in the movie Hook, I'll never forget the scene where Robin Williams' character first gets into, I think it's Neverland, and he goes between, I think it's an underwater ocean scene, then he's in like the snowy scene with penguins and stuff like that. Then it transitions into crazy like giant flowers that halfway talk, and then he goes into the Lost Boy area. So it's just like in the culmination of like under 5 minutes, he's gone through every single different kind of like season and fantasy type thing. And that's just, I think it'd be kind of cool to do that same kind of idea with the dive coaster, that if it does traverse into a different type of theme or different land, that it kind of envelops that land or theme as it's in there, basically. So but anyways, I kind of was talking about something that's going on later in the episode as we're doing something now in the episode. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that second building. If you notice, I built a custom roof for that. I don't do custom roofs a lot, but I'm really trying to get more comfortable doing that, custom roofs and custom walls, and not just using grid pieces, because essentially, yeah, the grid pieces are great in game, especially the walled grid pieces and everything, but you kind of get limited as far as your structures start to look, just because you're, again, kind of locked into the grid and locked into how big, or yeah, basically big the wall pieces are. So it's really nice with the non-gridded items, especially with the scaling tool, that we can kind of make these different sized buildings, different shaped buildings by using non-gridded items. And again, that goes for roofs as well. So I did build a custom roof for that. Nothing spectacular or anything like that, but trying to get more comfortable with the aspect of custom roofs and custom walls. And basically, this project really, really calls for all that kind of fun stuff. So, but yeah, as I was talking there, we started to build the basic structure of the dive coaster. And I used a lot of the in-game elements, especially for the inversions, and I think I'm going to continue to do that, because I'm sure that they could be built better custom. I said this when I was building Mythos Adventure Park and building my first coaster. I think the in-game inversions are pretty dang good, especially for a person like me who, don't get me wrong, I love coasters. I love riding coasters. I like making my own coasters, even though I'm not the best at it. But just that, basically. I like building them, but I'm not going to spend, 2 hours like some of these amazing coaster builders, on one loop or something like that. It's kind of a good enough for me. So yeah, while I know that some people are really big on the creating, every single aspect of the coaster needs to be hand built and custom built, I'm pretty good with all the inversions, the in-game inversions and everything. And speaking of inversions for this coaster, we do have 3 of them. There's a dive loop, a vertical loop, and then a barrel roll. So those are the 3 inversions that we have going. But really, yeah, the inversions and all that are not the main aspect of this ride. What we're starting now is the main aspect of this ride. And this is one of those ideas where I even messaged S. Wolf and Leaf, other great content creators. If you're not familiar with them, please go be familiar with them. They are amazing content creators through and through. But anyways, I started with this idea where I was like, you know what? I don't like the supports. I think we need to do something with the supports. What should we do? My first idea was I'm going to put a bunch of land underneath of it, like a lot of rocks and a lot of terrain work. But then I remembered, like, oh, hey, we have that shipwreck thing at the beginning of the entrance, all this shipwreck supports. Let's just do that all the way through. And like I was saying, I messaged S-Dan and Leaf, and I was like, y'all ever have one of those ideas where you're like, man, this is going to look really cool when I'm done with it, but also, dang, this is gonna take forever. And yeah, that was very, very true. This was honestly one of the most fun builds that I've done in any Planet game, just because of the way it turned out. But yeah, I had to cut a lot out because this build, that's why this video is actually coming out probably a day or 2 later than I really wanted to. But yeah, this build kind of took me a little bit longer than I really anticipated it to. And I'm still not done. That's the fun part, right? Still not even done with it, but I think I have a good solid foundation and a good direction for where I want to go with it. That was a lot of what this was, and a lot of the stuff that I did cut out was I just tried several different ideas of kind of a vibe that I was going for, and it just didn't really quite work. So what you're kind of seeing here for the final product is kind of what finally worked with everything. So yeah, no, I'm really, really happy with the final product, and yeah, no, I can't wait to kind of keep theming this, especially the station area. The 2 areas that we don't get to today are kind of the back end of the coaster near the station where it kind of starts to turn in and out and everything, and then the part after the brake run on the lower left half of the ride at the moment. And that lower left-hand section of the ride where the vertical loop is, that's where I'm thinking that a new land might be by the time that we're done kind of shaping up the front area and everything. I think that, yeah, like I said, I think that might be a different kind of area. So we'll have to wait and see what that kind of looks like. So. But anyways, as we're moving through, and I did finally start to get into a groove with this, the build did start to really get going. Like I said, there was like a day or 2 where I was really just trying to find my, try and find my building groove with it, not really sure how I wanted it to look and everything. But what you're seeing now is I finally, like maybe in like one night, I finally kind of got some set pieces made with these giant rock pieces and the giant support structures made out of the shipwreckage and everything, and just kind of got into a zone and just started going. So if you getting a phone call in the middle of recording, that's always fun. But anyways, yeah, with these big rock pieces, if you haven't already, what I do with these giant rock pieces is basically take a lot of the in-game boulders and rocks and start to layer them on top of each other to make a bigger boulder version of itself, and then just kind of start to multiply it around. So I'll make maybe 2 or 3 different variations of the same kind of bigger boulder or bigger rock, and then yeah, just keep multiplying it around. And you get this really cool rock formation, or kind of added on land without having to do terraforming. Personally, as much as I do like the terraforming tool in game, and especially the painting tool, I personally like to take, like I've just been explaining, my kind of rock way of doing land instead of relying on the terrain tool all the time. So I'll kind of, as you're seeing here, like make my own kind of fake islands without the terrain tool, just use the in-game rocks and everything. So yep, and here we're also checking the clearance as well, your clearance, but as I explained in the first video, this is like not my super duper serious, like realistic-ish park series or anything, just kind of having fun with it. But at the same time, I'm gonna try and, like, you know, check things like clearances, and we might do like backstages, and you know, there's, what is it, you can teach a dog new tricks, but you can't unteach the old ones. That's not at all how that goes, but I'm just trying to that's awesome. I totally butchered that. But anyways, yeah, I'm always gonna have that part of me that is like, you know what? I still got to make sure that no one's going to chop their hand off as they're going through the coaster. But yeah, as I say that, and I'm talking about realistic stuff, hey, how about we have a pirate ship that supports this coaster? That is the new Planet Coaster 2 meta. If you want something to look really cool, just build a pirate ship, or get a pirate ship and put it on top of it, because this is 2 episodes in a row where I've basically taken a set piece and just thrown a pirate ship on top of it. So somehow in episode 3, no matter what the build is, I have to figure out a way to put a pirate ship on top of something, basically. So yeah, keep me honest about that, right? So but yeah, anyways, as I'm recording this video, we are it is December 12th, which is the big update day for Planet Coaster 2, and they also announced a DLC, a ride pack that dropped today. So we had 2 new coasters, and I think it was what, 3 new three flat rides as well. So you know, more rides, it's always cool. One of the rides is an extreme spinning coaster, so that might be kind of a good fit for this park to put in an extreme spinner there. And the other one's I think it's the launched family LIM coaster, yeah, like a family launch coaster, one of the newer versions, and it looks really, really fun. I think it's the, what is it, the Big Bear coaster that just opened up at Dollywood. It's that style of coaster, but both of those are very, very modern type coasters, and I think they would fit in very, very well with this project that we have going on, especially the family coaster. I think that would be really, really fun to do that. So yeah, we'll have to check that out. And then yeah, speaking of the big update, I've got to mess around with all of the kind of new UI upgrades and some of the new fireworks, and yeah, a lot of the new settings that they just kind of put in. And you know, the game just feels a lot better. I had gotten, I guess you'd say, used to kind of the new controls and the new menus at this point with so many hours put into the game, but everything that they released today with the brand new update and everything just really enhanced and made everything just feel a little bit better, a little bit tighter. All the hotkeys feel better, feels more like Planet Zoo and the original Planet Coaster a little bit more. So yeah, no, the update today really enhanced the game, at least for me. So if you haven't already and you've been away from the game for a little bit, be sure to at least check it out, see if the game feels a little bit better for you, maybe runs a little bit better. I know some people were having some bug issues and stuff like that, so hopefully all those issues were kind of ironed out for you. If you still are having some sort of issues, you know, definitely go to the Frontier support or the bug support area on their website and let them know, because yeah, no, again, I'm still sticking with, you know, I'm having a heck of a fun time, but you know, I play the game differently than a lot of people. I definitely will admit that. You know, I play it as John T has put it before on Geekism. He said, you know, it's a giant Lego builder, right? These are a bunch of Lego pieces that we've been given access to, and essentially just, you know, how we want to build with them is up to us, and that's how I play it. And so I can't really attest or speak on the management side of things, and I do think that's where a lot of the issues are coming with people not having a great time with the game. So hopefully this recent update fixed a lot of those issues for you management folks. But again, I'm having a great time just kind of building my own little model parks and everything, thing like that, right? So, but yeah, hopefully you all are having a good time with the game. If you do still have some, you know, gripes and everything, do definitely sound off. Frontier is very good at listening through all different avenues, whether it's, you know, social medias, looking at comments on videos and stuff like that. And yeah, no, so, you know, my years of interacting with Frontier, they are definitely ones for taking on constructive feedback, right? Not just kind of yelling, old man yelling at clouds kind of thing from The Simpsons. Definitely kind of constructive feedback that can be applied to the games and everything. So, but yeah, no, I'm really excited to kind of check out the Thrill Seekers ride pack. I haven't checked out any of the rides quite yet, but no, I think that there's a lot of good fits for this project, especially with all, like I said, all those modern type coasters that are coming to the game. And yeah, no, like in the update that came today, I didn't like purposely check out a lot of the stuff, but I was able to, as I was filming cinematics and doing some other kind of building, you could just kind of feel that the game was updated and feels a lot better and more fun to kind of build with and everything. So but yeah, during my yapping there, we did a whole bunch more landscaping, taking a lot more of those shipwreck pieces and scattering them about, making like bridges and just a lot of fun natural landscapes with them, trying to get this overgrown look with trees, kind of using trees as bushes but shrink them down. I can't remember the exact trees I use. One of them is like the Indian almond tree, and the other one is the blah, 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 blah tree. So make sure you look that one up. But yeah, no, definitely use trees shrunk down and sunk down into the ground as bush cover. Yeah, there it is. I almost said brush cover. I guess they I guess that both work. Excuse me as I hiccup there. But you know, anyways, yeah, kind of getting closer to the end of the build, and yeah, just kind of filling out a lot of space with the greenery. That is the big one that kind of helps finish this build, because when I first started to look at all of the dead space in there, I was like, how the heck am I ever going to finish this? But again, using these trees as bushes really helps out a whole bunch there. So, but yeah, like I said, kind of getting close to the first half of this build being done, which is the majority of it. Like I said, we do need to do the station work and the kind of vertical loop area as well, but we'll wait and see what that kind of turns into. The station area, I think we're just going to kind of stick with like a mountain kind of theme with a bit of a like shipwreck as well, kind of continue the Driftwood theme, but in a mountain, because yeah, I haven't officially landed on a name for this coaster yet, but I think I want to do something like Blackbeard's Curse, or think of a pirate name here's Curse kind of thing. It just seems like it fits really well, right? So sound off in the comments if you have a pirate name you want to do. I would love to hear from you about that kind of stuff. But yeah, hey, we're getting close to the end of the video. Let me go ahead and wrap up my jabbering here. Sound off in the comments. What do you think of the update today with the dive coaster in the Pirate Bay Resort here? What do you think of the Planet Coaster update for update, what is it, 2 or something like that, or 1.2? I don't know what it is. And then yeah, what do you think of the DLC as well? Sound off in the comments. Always love to hear the community's feedback and what's going on with the Planet Coaster community and everything. So hey, thanks so much everyone. I always appreciate the heck out of you. Until the next episode of Pirate Bay, have a good one.